Let me turn to a very special conversation. In an exclusive interaction with India today, the one and only Zubin Mehta, the Maestro conductor, now approaching his 90th birthday, and he's now conducting an orchestra with the Belgrade Symphony Orchestra in Mumbai this week. He spoke out on a variety of issues to me. He also, among other things, targeted the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the Gaza attacks, calling for artists to break their silence on political issues. Remember, Mr. Mehta has been the master orchestra conductor in Israel for decades now. He also explained why through all these years and the honors he's received across the world, he has not given up his Indian citizenship. This is a short snippet from that extended conversation that I had with one of the legends of our times. Listen in to Apro Zubin Mehta. Did you feel strongly, therefore, about your Parsi and Indian roots? The reason I'm asking you this is you, of course, left this country in the 1960s, went on to achieve great fame and acclaim across the world, and yet you never gave up your Indian citizenship.
That's true.
What sort of was the reason for that Zubin Mehta always felt his roots were here? Is that how you felt?
The only reason is I've never stopped being an Indian. That's the proof of it is I carry an Indian passport for all these years.
You know, your years in Israel, in a way, have also been very important.
50 years.
50 years in Israel. How has that shaped your musical journey, the long period that you've spent in Israel?
It was a period of education also. And I went with them all over the world because I was music director for 50 years. And I didn't know what anti-Semitism was. I learned a little bit in Vienna. I experienced it when my landlord told me that I cannot invite Jews to my house as friends. I never knew what that was like in India.
Yeah.
In my school, not at all.
The reason I'm asking you that, Mr. Mehta, is you've been vocal about not supporting Israel's occupation of Palestine in the past. You've stood up for Argentina-born Israeli conductor, pianist, and your friend Daniel Barenboim. You've disapproved of Israeli lawmakers who banned his performances because they were unhappy about him performing compositions by the great German composer Wagner due to his connections with Nazism and because he was seen as Hitler's favorite composer. You've often visited Ramallah in Palestine. You worked with Arab musicians. Do you believe that a day would come when you would have an orchestra where you would have Israelis and Palestinians together?
Oh yes, I have that now. In fact, I have a tour of Spain and Italy and Austria with an orchestra called the Divan, which was founded by Daniel Barenboim, and I'm taking over from him. And that orchestra is made of Israelis and Palestinians who sit together and make music and get along absolutely without problem.
Can you separate music from politics? Because we live in times where, for example, sport.
Well, I can't, and I never have.
You can't separate music from politics.
And I have many colleagues who are the same, who don't separate music from politics.
So you feel strongly about a political issue. Does that then reflect in the way your musical journey?
I cancelled all my engagements in Israel this year because of my objection to Mr. Netanyahu's way of treating the whole Palestinian issue. I hope that finishes. I hope he is outvoted by the next election. But it doesn't seem like it because he has a huge majority in parliament, mostly made of religious Jews.
Do you feel, therefore, that people in public life, like musicians, like someone like yourself who's achieved such global recognition, must take a stand on these contentious issues?
Yes, we must, and we do. Many of my colleagues do, and many don't. Many turn a blind eye. I can't agree with them.
You know, when there is someone listening to you speaking like this, because one of the problems that some of us have here is many of our artists don't speak up strongly enough in the face of, let's say, communalism or targeting of groups. They don't like to get involved in politics because they think politics will in some way tar them or create a controversy.
But what I hear that in India, some of them are harshly treated for taking up stands.
That's right. I recall a few years ago you went to Kashmir.
Yes.
You did a famous concert by the Dal Lake. Was that a special moment for you, going to Kashmir and performing?
Well, I always wanted to perform for Hindus and Muslims together. And the German ambassador in Delhi, encouraged my vision, funded the project that I was music director in Munich in those days. So I brought the Munich Orchestra to India on a little tour, and we went to Kashmir, and the German government funded the refurbishing of the Jahangir Gardens.
That's right.
In Kashmir. And Muslims and Hindus came to that concert, much to the objection of people on both sides. And we had with us a small Kashmiri orchestra playing also music, and we played their music with them.
And they had Hindus and Muslims again coming together, just as you said. You have Israelis and you hope that you can have Israelis and Palestinians play music together, and they do for you.
Yes.
You had Hindus and Muslims play music together.
Well, at least they were listening, that I know.
Yes. But you would love to have them all together in an orchestra because, as you said, music cuts across all boundaries.
Hindus and Muslims could play in the same orchestra without any problems. I don't think they would have problems.
Is that part of the joy of music? That the idea of music or the love of music knows no identity. You are a global citizen when you enjoy music.
You're right. You're right. And in Europe, there are so many divisions that when it comes to music, those divisions disappear.
For anyone wanting to trace the musical journey of one of the legends of our times, don't miss that Republic Day special, where Zubin Mehta takes you to what it means to be an Indian and a global citizen. That Republic Day special with the legendary musician Zubin Mehta on January 26th. It's rare and archival. Don't miss it.